Hi guys, it's Starcraft and welcome to the series of Starcraft English commentary, and we're finally reaching the end here. The destiny is gonna be the final encounter between Rush and Shuttle as part of ASL S17 Ro16 Group C. Very nice foreigner boyfriend and Korean boyfriend in the crowd there. So yeah, very surprising that Light gets knocked out first. I mean, who would have thought that player with a staggering 1400 something ELO score and one of the ASL title under his belt got his belt stripped. His pants fell onto the ground, and he's walking around naked in the bathroom right now because he's so shameful of his defeat against, these kind of Protoss noobs. Anyways, Rush is gonna try to reclaim some of the glory for the Confederacy, for the human faction. But let's see. The first map is gonna be Radeon, both the players spawning in cross map position here with with Shadow into white at the top left, Rush in red at the bottom right. And let me read some advertising because yeah, I need to actually make some money. Um, my name is Namcraft with a K. Welcome to my channel, and I'm very happy to welcome you here. If you enjoy these kind of videos, please read the video description. If you're not enjoying these kind of videos, please also read the video description. There's going to be links to the previous game in the playlist, the next game in the playlist, and the overall playlist URL. If you don't want to get spoiled, just use those navigational buttons to move back and forth instead of trying to look for videos on my videos page because you might get spoiled that way. I also provide anti-spoiler videos sometime, but don't count on it. Also, if you are a gentleman or a gentlewoman, you can try to benefit the community by not revealing the winner of the game in your comments. Try to say something that is kind of ambivalent, like "Oh my God, Shadow is so handsome" or something like that. But that's it. Stop there. Do not go further. Do not talk about his weight. Do not talk about the his lifestyle. Just kidding. Don't talk about the results of the game. If you are on Facebook, I trust you are. Now the question is, how many Facebook accounts do you have? Because I have 5. So use your real account to add friends with me if you want to become friends with me. You can join the Brood War Forever Facebook group to join other Brood War lovers. It's gonna be a nice idea to add friends with me on Facebook because this account, this YouTube channel might get deleted like other channels before it because the police runs the world. The brothers are watching you back and forth, and you cannot survive in this society without paying tribute to the local authorities. And yeah, that's right. One day I might go to prison, but I will come back, and I will come back with a vengeance. So please make friends with me on Facebook and whatnot. And yeah, long live World War Forever. Anyways, what else? If you want to buy me a coffee, the link is in the video description. There are 3 ways for you to buy me coffee. You can buy me instant coffee using PayPal or credit card. You can patronize me. Uh, Patronize meaning that join the Patreon page. It doesn't mean that you actually talk condescending to me. Although you can also talk condescending to me because I don't care. I'm a robot. I'm like Neo in the movie Matrix 1 when the agents start to shoot the bullets. And Neo just reach out with his hand and says, "No. I'm sick and tired of getting shot at, so no." The bullet stopped and fell to the ground. It did not even touch his skin. So this is me and your condescending words. Just keep talking trash, and that's fine because I'm Neo. I would just put my hands and say no, and your bad words will not reach me. So that's fine. Anyways, what else? You can buy also me coffee using the monthly YouTube subscription plans. Whichever plans you choose, you will get access to these guaranteed to be epic games handpicked by me, released before the others without any ads. Otherwise, you might see some ads. Talk about ads. Some of the YouTube videos have ads, but these kind of real-time live tournament games like ASL, KCM, you will only see ads in the beginning and at the end of a set. You will never see ads in the middle of the game, which I think might be a difference to other channels that trying to kind of squeeze every single milk out of your nipples, or I guess their own nipples, I guess, because the YouTube channel belongs to them. Um, but I try to squeeze just a tiny bit of drops of milk from your nipples, not much. So please endure this pain of 1 ad per set. Anyways, what I talk about now, I think that's fine. Yeah, just enjoy the game. If you have any questions, leave a comments and leave comments about how I can improve the game. Let's talk about the mines here. Looks like mines getting placed everywhere by Rush. He wants to kind of circumvent any kind of air activities from his enemy, and the mines are his network of spies. Speaking of spies, House of the Flying, what? House, House of the Flying, I was gonna say House of the Flying Dragons. House of the Dragon is gonna be back in town June 16. So please go ahead and watch that show. That show is so great. That show is the next what is it? The next part of the saga of Games of Thrones. So if you like Games of Thrones, look forward to House of the Flying Dragon. Or just House of the Dragon. What do we have here? Just Nexus, blinking, Dragoons moving around. The command center, aka Nexus, is going to get created at the 10 o'clock position. And both of the players are gearing for the late game. And yeah, looks like Shuttle's got 400 minerals. He puts on the Nexus like without getting destroyed. That is a good idea because usually, Protoss will need to actually clear mines to be able to expand, and he's able to expand without clearing mine, and that is a huge advantage already. Going to the next part of the game, Observer is going to be able to spot some mines here. And engineering getting created, so we shall see turrets getting set up soon. Mines getting cleared on several places. And yeah, Shuttle, we also need to clear the 12 o'clock base while he still have a chance, because later the game will get very much heated up and he will not have the 8 p.m. required to actually send some of the Dragoons up there on that 12 o'clock base of Radeon to actually take out. He's got a lot of observers though. What's happening here looks like Shuttle is fearing a drop that is non-coming. He's got to build a pylon. He's getting ready for the long game. He's thinking about like marriage or something like that, because he's getting ready to get a lot of money saved on his bank account. Building several offshore accounts here on several locations on this map and trying to use the tax havens on Radeon to get the maximum amount of mineral intake as possible. What's happening here? Just some more gateways. Let's talk about something else. Vulture trying to look for places to harass, but there's none. I think it's gonna be time for Shuttle to try to move his probes to his new base. Tanks waiting inside. One observer sees everything. Triple factory coming up. One tank on the low ground is feeling very lonely here, and factory is gonna be upgrading with armory also spinning for the +1 upgrades. Probes getting transferred at ease. So it looks like Rush is not being so rushy today. He's staying at home, building his ground forces, and prioritizing tanks in favor of vultures. We don't see large amount of vultures running around on the map looking for things to kill. Observer is gonna have to run for its life now because the Goliath knows that he's there. Turret's getting created as well. I think the scanners is done. Yeah, the scanner is done. So scan is being taken by Rush. One observer down. 3 more to go. Nice scan to reveal the presence of the Shuttle moving out, as well as City Badoon getting created here. Which is fine. We have the pylon not yet fully created at the third base, but that is intentional. That is by design, because sometimes, Terran can sneak some tanks behind that. It's going to be very problematic for the Protoss player to actually go and try to save those probes if there's some pylons blocking his own entrance. It looks like the 12 o'clock base is going to get clear up, and Shuttle is clear to take his 4th base when he feels like he wants to take his 4th base. Anyway, he's going to be having vultures moving around, Goliath coming out, pylons getting created just to get ready. It looks like both the players not trading blows just yet. They're trading kisses in the air, just like, oh, hello, how are you? Come to me, come to Papa. But, they're actually not yet coming to Papa. We have eggs getting destroyed here, tanks coming out, and Goliaths in action. Observer in the right place to spot these vultures. Vultures are trying to preemptively snipe any probes to go and expand at the bottom left, but it's not going to be the bottom left where Jum Jin Jang is going to expand. He's going to try to expand at the 12 o'clock position. We have Templar Archive getting created. This map is huge, man. This map is so grand. So going for Templar Archive is a great idea, because you can kind of sneak Templars on several places and try to snipe bases that way. We're going to be having some mines getting cleared. No 4th base coming up yet from Shuttle. It's got enough money for it. Command center getting created at the 4 o'clock base, and Shuttle is unaware. It's got several observers, but none of them are in the right place to actually see that base. He's waiting for Zealot lag. He's going to try to do the best build, which is just a crap tons of Zealot coming out. Vultures don't have speed. Observer running for its life, but it gets sniped, and now Shuttle knows that his enemy's got a base in that area. The Vulture's going to try to go inside the main. We have some Zealot blocking the area, which is great. Zealot don't have lag. They got to be careful, because there might be some mines getting created here. Dragoons returning as well. Oh my god, Shuttle! Alright, what's happening here? Vultures running and hiding all the way in the back, but I think now they would die. So that is fine, but not before they take down so many probes, and that was a big like hiccup, man, from Shuttle. Anyways, he's gonna be able to clear some mines on this side of the map. Shuttle is is leading only by 10 supply, but he's got Zealot lag, so he's gonna try to do a huge punt, but I would advise him to take an expansion now before he attacks. He's used all of his money to make forces. which is fine, but I think you need to go for an expansion. He's getting ready. He's got a lot of Zelle lag and observers and high templar coming out. Is he gonna attack before Templars is ready? I don't think so. I think he's ill-advised. He's gonna be better to wait for Templars and go for an expansion as well. He's gonna try to clear some mine. Vultures preemptively moving forward. Try to find. Oh my god, Goliath in position. Goliath sniped the shuttle, and that was a very, very nice move from Rush here. But Zella streaming through. The tanks on the right side will need to be completely neglected by the Dragoons. He's attacking on the right side. I think that's a mistake. You need to attack the southern side, I think. He's spreading up his forces in various random locations. He gets pushed back hard, and that was disastrous. Where's the fourth base? No fourth base for Shuttle. And now he takes the fourth base, and that was indecision at its best. I mean, God. Either you attack when you have high templates ready, or you just take a base and just wait, right? Or attack right away before the third command center gets operational. But anyways, the game is going to stabilize. Limits Rush is ahead by what looks like 10 supply. It's very hard for Shuttle to win. I mean, he still got high templates, and high templates is kind of like red wine. It takes time to mature and get the best taste. So we shall see if Shadow is going to be able to come up with some storms later. But anyways, Observer getting sniped and some tank shots as well. All right, looks like reinforcement coming from Shadow. He needs to think about the fifth base before the battle begins. He needs to think about the fifth base. He's going to try to snipe a turret, which is fine. Now he's going to need to have to pull back because two tanks are going to be shelling his Dragoon forces. All right, we have some vultures coming forward, and Zealot moving forward once again as the vultures move backward. Indecision, hesitation, and inconsistency is all that I see in Shadow's build this game. He's going to move forward with Storm. That Storm isn't so bad. He's able to take out both tanks. He's going to do more Storm. A Shadow gets sniped, but that's fine. Both of the Storms unload beautifully on the tanks, and it's going to be time to go home. That's it. I mean, you had a nice vacation. That's good. Stay home now. No, he pushes forward with some Zealot. He completely ignores the right side, which is a good call here. Still more tanks. And High Templar is getting ready. He's got 74 energy, 75. Not casting any storm. He's waiting. And that's going to be a problem because his High Templar might get sniped later. Return home, Storm, or return home, Storm! What are you doing? Oh my god, losing 3 High Templars! What are you doing? Shut up, freaking goddamn noob! Alright, he's getting pushed back once again, and that was so bad. Alright, finally he's gonna start to move probes towards the 12 o'clock base, and I feel like this guy is playing like some of the players in my country, man. Which is not known to have good Starcraft players. But anyways, vultures are gonna try to do some shots on the probes. They're not able to do that much damage, and the game is gonna get reset once again. But I feel like the advantage is in Rush's hands here. The upgrades are scaling up very well from him. He's got his starport, not yet building the add-on yet for the city, for the science facility. For the science vessels later. What do we have here? Just vultures at the right side of the map. And yes, Shuttle is 4-basing hard. He's completely on 4 bases. He doesn't want to move forward. I mean, this game is wasted. I mean, this game is lost. This game is a decade of the lost soul, man. Just forget about it and start again. Start again in a new game. But what do we have here? Vultures on the high ground. Probe's gonna try to get on the high ground, which is fine. You know what? A player that can still win in this kind of situation is Mini. Mini is known to come back from deficits of like 30 to 40 supply. But it's only Mini who can do it. Observer need to pick up the High Templar. He picks up the High Templar. Very clutch work there. These vultures looking for things to attack, but one cannon is able to do some damage, which is great. And rushes back home here. Alright, looks like supply-wise, Shuttle is ahead by about 10 supply. He's got 4 High Templars in the Shuttle. He needs to take an expansion now in the top right and make sure he's got the money to pay for his, extravagant lifestyle, which is just throwing away units. Dragoon and Zealot, more vultures coming through, and they're going to try to attack the top right corner of the map, I think. That is a double-edged sword because that leaves these tanks kind of vulnerable for the Dragoons and Zealot. It looks like good split of vultures. Some vultures will move towards the right side, some vultures will return. Will return home, which is fine. If he can deny the top right, that's a nice actually. We have some Dragoons on high ground, so these vultures will not be able to do that much damage. We shall see. No Nexus coming down yet for Shuttle. He's waiting to get his forces in order. He knows he's slightly behind, so he doesn't want to take a misstep. He doesn't want to just make an expansion and then lose his entire force and then get roll over. Anyways, you know what? I would say go and make sure that the vultures die first before you decide on any kind of frontal attack. He's gonna try to clear some mine, which I don't blame him for. Mines is really, really annoying. He attacks now. What is this kind of attack? Dragoons first? Alright, he moves forward, but there's some hidden turrets in the back, I think. He lands some storms. 1 storm, 2 storm attacking the Goliath and the vultures, and that leaves the room open, but the barracks are providing very, very nice coverage. More storms! 1 more storm, and that comes up tank being very juicy. He does a great, great storm, but the number of Zealots is thinning out, just only Dragoons remaining, and now the superior upgrades to the tanks gonna be able to really shine here. How many more Dragoons remaining? Just a couple of Dragoons remaining, but these tanks are unsieged. 2 Zealot against 2 tanks, and that tank dies. The Dragoons move back, and yeah, that is gonna be the end of the attack here for Shuttle. He still has the same amount of supply as his enemy. Finally, I think he just planned out his nexus at the top right, like now. But that was like reach, man. I mean, remember the player reach in the old days? The vultures are still camping out of the the 5th base, so we need to be very, very careful. Shuttle, when he moves his probes there, he's gonna do a frontal attack. High Templar's got not enough storm though. Nice, D-Matrix. Everything is moving forward nicely. High Templar has enough storm to do some storm. He needs to storm now. He does 1 storm, but the other High Templar's got storm as well. He needs to storm it. 78 energy, not storming, and that High Templar dies. Some tanks died in the process, and that is going to be the end of this attack here. Rush 127 supply, Shuttle 97 supply. Vultures waiting to attack any kind of probes that get transferred here. Dragoons are gonna be on the low ground and getting surrounded by the vultures, but at least that reveals to Shadow that his enemies got vultures on the low ground. The game is lost. The game is definitely lost, but you can try to come back in the next set, I think, which is nice. We have a command center getting created at the 6 o'clock position already. So Rush is very, very much nicely ahead in terms of economy here. We're going to be having cannons getting sniped. Dragoons are slowly and painfully moving through the minefield. The last of the cannon is fallen. The Vulture is going to try to take down the Nexus, but it's going to take a long, long time. Okay, at least Shadow knows that his enemy's got a hidden base. I mean, why doesn't he try to go for some Shadow and High Templars? Of course, he cannot spare forces. That is the reason, man. At least transfer your probes now before the next battles. We have still some vultures coming in to intercept in the middle of the map as well. He's looking for some probes to snipe, but there isn't any kind of probes here to snipe. And maybe that is by intent. Maybe Shadow says, I'm not going to send any probes out because I know that you're going to be looking forward to take my probes away from me. So I'm just going to say, he doesn't even have enough probes, man. I mean, I don't think he's got enough probes anywhere. All right, the Shuttle with the High Templar is going to arrive now. This is going to be the money shot. And reaction is kind of slow. Beautiful storm, but good armor from the SCVs, able to, kind of nullify the damage a little bit here. Maybe 7 or 8 SCVs was lost in that exchange. Probes need to get transferred now. Rush ahead by what looks to me like 15 supply, or maybe just 0 supply now. Anyways, it's going to get created now on this area. And the game is gonna just continue on 4 more. But I think Shadow is kind of losing steam here. Need to... I mean, what can he do? He cannot do anything. The only thing he can do now is type GG and accept defeat. And let fate takes him to the next game, right? Anyways, +2 weapons, +2 armors on the tank. Protoss got +3 weapons only. And yeah, the more the game drags on, I mean, the more I feel like Arbiters will need to get created at some point. But he cannot spare the money to build Arbiters, all the time, actually, to build Arbiters. He needs to make win with whatever he's got right now. Vulture sniping, something, looking for something. The Observer is going to come in. Excuse me, Shuttle comes in with 2 storms. He stormed himself. Nice storm to damage some units, but not much. And the Zealot is able to take out 1 Goliath, and that's it. Front to attack once again, but High Templar getting sniped. No! High Templar is able to cast a storm on the minefield. Very, very pathetic. He's going to be able to cast more storm, but nice D-Matrix. And Zealot is going to be burning their lives in hell here. Dragoons get pushed back, and Shadow is behind by about 30 supply. He's not yet giving up yet. He needs to use more Shadow. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but his name is Shadow, and he's not using Shadows. And I mean, using Shadow to fly around on different locations, not attacking head-on like this. Anyways, Vultures are looking forward to do the harassments at the top right corner of the screen, but Observers are seeing the movement of the Vultures, so Dragoons are moving to intercept, which is nice. Alright, we shall see what happens now. Dragoons are able to catch up before... Oh, what are you... You know that the Vultures are there! Anyways, he decided to not attack, and the Vultures decided to not attack either. So both the players are stalemating, but the Vultures get caught in their retreat here. Alright, looks like Rush is not in a hurry to push forward. He knows he's ahead. He knows he just need to make sure he doesn't lose a huge amount of tanks. And that is fine. He's ahead by about 20 supply. He's 1 more base. Excuse me, he's 1 less base compared to Protoss player, but that is fine. More High Templar business coming out, and this is the only thing that Shuttle can do, which is Shadow, High Templars, and Zealot. That's it. I mean, Dragoons are so cost inefficient in this kind of late game scenario against Terrant. All right, both the players are being very chickened. The other players are really engaging, especially Rush. He doesn't want to waste any kind of money to remake tanks. Plus 3 weapons just kicks in very strong. Dragoons finally getting created. And if it was Mini, he would win at ease. I mean, he would win so easily. But because his Shadow is a less well-known player, I mean, he can only fight against Zerg. So we shall see one more attack happening. High Templar getting sniped, but for the price of 3 vultures, fair trade, I would say. Let's see what happens now. Looks like units getting ready in the middle. And Shuttle is finally on the same amount of supply as the enemy, but he needs to kind of maybe take another base, I would say. And he's got enough money for another base. He's going to try to take it at the 1 o'clock position. Both of the players are very hesitating. None of the players are deciding to attack this yet. Shuttle is waiting patiently, and so is Rush. And I kind of need to go pee. So, come on, attack and do something. What happens now? All right, looks like a lot of forces moving forward. No, the forces are moving backward. These guys are just not picking up their minds. I mean, God. Fight as if your life depends on it. Oh my god, tanks are sieging. Sometimes they're getting, some Dragoons getting pushed back, which is nice. Shuttle is gonna be maxed out, and Rush also maxed out. Crazy maxed out army, but we need more than just army. You need High Templars and Storm. He does some Storm. He storms the tank. He storms his own Zealot. Not so nice. He does more storming on the other side. And now the Zealot has been burning out, so it's going to be time for him to return home, I think. No amount of Storm can really take through this huge terminating freaking tanks, Arnold, Schwarzenegger kind of existence here. And one more High Templar getting sniped in the area. More Storm, which is good, but Rush is ahead by about 20 supply. His tank count is very healthy. Storming on the incoming tank army is a nice idea, but no 6th base for the Protoss player. That's a little bit bad. And looks like Rush might be getting ready to take the base at the bottom left as well. Tank's going to try to attack the 12 o'clock base. That is fine. That base has been mined out for some time. He needs to kind of reinforce it with Shuttle. Alright, he does reinforce it with a Shuttle. Contrary to his to the popular belief that Shuttle doesn't know how to use Shuttle. Sometimes he knows how to use Shuttle. It's going to be to storm from the low ground. He stormed some units. He stormed maybe more. He needs to storm now. What is he doing? He only has a single High Templars. And yeah, finally the pylon get destroyed, and Vulture is gonna make way onto the high ground here. Shuttle need to pick up some more forces with the Shuttle. He does try to sandwich his enemy from both sides. Is he gonna succeed? He's gonna land a Zealot, which is nice. Dragoons attacking from both sides. This might be the weak point of Rush. He's being sandwiched from both sides. Dragoons are not really attacking the right area. Oh my god, Dragoons on the right side are bleeding so bad. Dragoons on the left side also bleeding so badly. And now Shuttle is down to 78 supply. The game is GG. If you like the cast, buy my coffee. The link is in the video description. Have a good day. Bye-bye.